Hey nerds, and welcome back to Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Theories and Conspiracies. I'm Brian from Good Nerd Bad Nerd. Last night we had a fantastic episode. We finally got to meet Bobby Mockingbird Morse. She was fantastic. She was really great into having the show. But I think just last night blew my mind and really just kind of blew to shreds everything I thought was happening. So I have some new theories. First, let's just start off with Sky's father. He is in no way connected to Leviathan. I think that was made very evidently clear in that last end of the episode little scene where he goes to Hydra. That just wouldn't have happened if he was Leviathan. So that theory is gone. Based on everything that came out this episode, it's all so connected. I think that Sky and her father are both related somehow to the Inhumans, and we know the Inhumans are actually going to be getting their movie in the cinematic universe later on, so this would be a great way to start introducing those characters and that whole world. Sky herself could be now there's a lot of assumptions, and the reason I'm going with Inhumans partly because we do know they are getting the movie, but also he called the obelisk the Diviner. Now, I'm assuming that is actually related to the Terrigenesis, the Terrigen Mist, and all that stuff. And if you actually go and look back at how that affects people who do not have the Inhuman gene, or if it's used inappropriately, it basically can cause people to die and turn into kind of shriveled up husks. And that's pretty much what we've been seeing. But it can cause people to develop abilities, develop powers, things like that. Now, Sky, I think, is an Inhuman, and her abilities have been awakened. Or they've always been there, it's hard to say. But there's an Inhuman named Mala. She's not actually ever visually seen in the comics, but she's referred to, and she's basically a supercomputer hacker. And that really does fit quite well with the Sky that we know. So it's interesting to see how that's going to develop and just kind of the similarities there. Now, for Sky's father, this one's kind of a leap, but I think it could be really cool if he turns out to be this character. But I think he could be Maximus. Now, Maximus is actually the brother of Black Bolt, who's the king of the Inhumans. Maximus... he's called Maximus the Mad, and based on what we saw of Sky's father last night, he clearly had anger issues, kind of lost it a little bit. When people start questioning him, he gets mad, he gets angry, loses control. They talked about him staying in control multiple times. He's very strong. But Maximus in the comics is also a scientist. He's a doctor, he's familiar with biology, he's an inventor, and we see someone in Sky's dad who he's performing surgery, he's sewing that guy up, but he's also very good with the scalpel, he's very strong, he's also familiar with the obelisk, so he's got that alien knowledge, that technical knowledge. And let's not forget, Coulson did say he thought that it was alien, and Sky immediately leapt to it's a map, which was one of my two theories from all along. So hey, I guess 50% right on that, go me. But all of this really does seem to be pushing us towards the Inhumans, and I think that's fantastic, because one of the things that the comics have just shown in the Inhumanity series is that there's Inhumans scattered all across the Earth, and it seems really likely that what Hydra is going to do, this bomb that they're going to try and create or whatever, is going to act a lot like the Terrigenesis, the mist that covered the Earth after the Terrigen bomb that Black Bolt set off. And this is going to be how they are going to bring in mutants and bring in superpowered people, and that is going to make a lot of sense. There's going to be all these new superpowered people, and it's going to explain why we need to have the Registration Act. You see that? Hydra is going to set off this chain reaction. The world is going to be flooded with new powers. They're not going to be mutants, they're going to be Inhumans, and the government is going to have to respond. They're going to want people to register their powers, and that is when Captain America and Iron Man are going to fight. It all flows so perfectly. I think this is exactly where it's going. It, I I'm now sold on this. The part of it that may not be 100% is that Sky's father is Maximus, but the characterization really does fit. Um, so yeah, that's the way I'm going, and I really do think that the Civil War is going to get its push, its catalyst, based on this Terrigen bomb, this the Inhumans, the secret Inhuman population on Earth. Because in the comics, maybe I should explain this. A group of Inhumans left the kingdom and kind of just spread out throughout the Earth, interbreeding with regular humans, and so their DNA is small, but it's spread out through all of humanity. So there's going to be some really cool stuff coming along, and I think Hydra is going to be very surprised by what happens when they set off this bomb, where they think they're going to try and kill everyone or kill a lot of people, and it's just not going to work that way. And I think we're in for a big surprise, and this is hands down how we're going to get to the Marvel Civil War. So tell me what you think. Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to check out the blog, goodnerdbadnerd.com, and catch my weekly show. And until next week, this has been Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Theories and Conspiracies. I'm Brian from Good Nerd Bad Nerd.